You want to know the biggest mistake the Qarven Syndicate ever made? Believing humans would negotiate like civilized beings. My name is Vortik. I was there when everything went sideways. Spectacularly, horrifically, beautifully sideways. It began 3 cycles ago. Commander Drask, our most decorated military officer, decided to raid a human mining colony on Kepler 442b. Small operation. 20 workers. No visible weapons. Easy profit. That's what we thought. Drask deployed the standard intimidation package. Holographic skulls. Ominous music. Threats of orbital bombardment. Every species in the galaxy folds after that display. Negotiations begin. Ransoms get paid. Everyone goes home. 300 years. Same result. The human response came back in 47 seconds. 47. Most species take hours just to process the threat. Their reply was 1 sentence, delivered by a woman in grease-stained overalls with tired eyes. Her name was Murphy. Just Murphy. You have 30 minutes to leave our system, or we will make you leave. Drask laughed. Actually laughed. His tentacles shook with amusement. 20 miners threatening a warship capable of glassing a continent? Adorable. They are bluffing, he told the bridge crew. Humans always bluff. Intelligence confirms no military presence within 6 systems. Psychological warfare. Clever for primitives. 29 minutes passed. We moved into low orbit. Weapons charged. Boarding pods primed. Routine procedure. Drask was already calculating his bonus. Then Murphy called again. Same overalls. Same tired eyes. But now she was smiling. That should have been the warning. When a human smiles before violence, run. Time's up, she said. Transmission ended. For 8 seconds, nothing happened. Then Thelvik, our sensor officer, screamed. Not alarmed. Not surprised. Terrified. 16 objects incoming. No, 32. 64. They're multiplying. What are those things? They were rocks. Asteroids. These unhinged primates strapped mining charges to space debris and launched them using excavation equipment. Crude? Yes. Effective? Devastating. Drask fired everything. Plasma cannons. Missile pods. Point defense grids. We destroyed 43. 21 made it through. Our shields lasted 3 seconds. 3. The hull fractured like wet paper. Evasive maneuvers. Drask shrieked. But how do you evade physics? They had mapped trajectories, predicted countermoves, turned orbital mechanics into a weapon. With mining tools, the bridge lost atmosphere. Emergency bulkheads slammed shut. Half the crew died instantly. I threw on a survival suit while Drask broadcast frantic surrender signals. Murphy's face appeared on every working screen. Calm. Focused. We told you to leave, she said. Humans don't bluff, Commander. We execute. Another cluster struck the engine core. The explosion sent us spiraling toward the planet. I reached an escape pod. Drask didn't. Last I saw him, he was on the bridge, tentacles flailing, screaming about fairness. About doctrine. About civilized warfare. You know what Murphy said? Civilized? You threatened to kill 20 people for money. We responded appropriately. The rocks were free. We just added explosives. My pod crashed near their settlement. Murphy pulled me from the wreckage herself, treated my wounds, gave me water, apologized for the rough landing. Nothing personal, she said, brushing dust from my suit. But when someone threatens our home, we take it seriously. Very seriously. Your commander should have listened. I spent 2 weeks with those miners while my people negotiated extraction. Do you know what they did during that time? They went back to work. Like destroying a capital-class warship with improvised weapons was a routine inconvenience. Like it was just another Tuesday. And that brings us to now. So here I am, 3 cycles later, sitting in front of the Galactic Council, testifying about what happened. And nobody believes me. Nobody. They think I am exaggerating. They think the humans paid me to spread propaganda. They think I suffered brain damage from the crash. Rocks. Councilmember Fex keeps repeating. You expect us to believe a warship was destroyed by rocks? Yes. 1,000 times yes. But explaining it does not matter because 2 weeks after my rescue, the humans did something even more insane. They sent the Qarven Syndicate a bill. An actual itemized bill. I have it memorized. Item 1. Disposal of ship debris cluttering their orbital space. 47,000 credits. Item 2. Environmental cleanup from your fuel leakage. 92,000 credits. Item 3. Therapy costs for workers who had to witness your ship's destruction. 15,000 credits per person. The total? 347,000 credits. With a payment deadline. 30 days. Drask survived somehow. When he received that bill, he went completely unhinged. Started ranting about human arrogance, about teaching them proper respect, about crushing their pathetic colony into dust. He assembled a fleet. Not just one ship this time. 17 warships, battle cruisers, destroyers, carrier vessels with fighter squadrons. Enough firepower to eliminate a small civilization. He was going to make an example of humanity. Show the galaxy what happens when you humiliate the Qarven Syndicate. I tried warning him. Begged him, actually. Told him everything I witnessed. The efficiency, the creativity, the absolute lack of hesitation when humans decide violence is necessary. Murphy's smile haunted my dreams. That calm, tired smile of someone who knows exactly how dangerous they are. Drask called me a coward. So I had gone soft. Launched his fleet anyway. They arrived at Kepler. 442B expecting carnage. Expected those miners to be cowering in bunkers, begging for mercy, offering anything to survive. Want to know what they found instead? Nothing. The colony was empty. Completely abandoned. Buildings intact, equipment still running, but zero humans. Vanished like ghosts. Drask thought he had won. Thought they had fled in terror. Ordered his ships into defensive formation while sending landing parties to claim the facilities. Then the traps activated. Those beautiful, terrifying humans had rigged everything. Fuel tanks became bombs. Mining lasers became automated defense turrets. The entire settlement was one massive explosive device waiting for someone stupid enough to trigger it. 7 ships were destroyed instantly. The remaining 10 retreated beyond weapons range, regrouping, trying to figure out what happened. Drask was screaming orders, demanding explanations, threatening everyone with execution for incompetence. That is when the real human fleet arrived. Turns out, Murphy and her miners? They were bait. The entire colony was bait. While Drask assembled his revenge fleet, humanity quietly positioned 14 military vessels in nearby systems. Actual warships with actual weapons designed by people who evolved through constant tribal warfare. The battle lasted 11 minutes. 11. The humans used tactics we had never seen. Coordinated strikes, electronic warfare, weapons that ignored shields, boarding parties that moved through ships like deadly shadows. They did not just defeat Drask's fleet. They dismantled it. Surgically, efficiently, brutally. 3 Qarven ships escaped. Mine was one of them because I stayed far back, monitoring communications, absolutely refusing to get closer. Drask was not so lucky. The humans captured him alive, delivered him to galactic authorities with a new bill attached. This one was for 6 million credits. Itemized charges for ammunition expended, ship repairs, hazard pay for soldiers, and my personal favorite, storage fees for holding Drask in their brig for 3 days before transfer. They got paid. Every single credit. The Qarven Syndicate leadership liquidated assets, sold territories, bankrupted themselves to avoid further human attention. Now the council sits here, listening to my testimony, still not understanding. Still thinking this was some fluke. Some accident. But I know better. I spent 2 weeks with Murphy and her crew. Watched them work. Listened to their conversations. Learned their history. Humans spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of killing each other. Every weapon, every tactic, every strategic principle was tested in blood on their homeworld before they reached the stars. When Murphy pulled me from that wreckage, you know what she said that I did not mention before? She leaned close, made sure I was looking directly at her, and whispered 7 words that changed everything. We're the nice ones, Vortik. Remember that. The nice ones. Those rock-throwing, trap-setting, fleet-destroying miners were the nice ones. So when the council finally dismisses my testimony, when they go back to ignoring the human threat, I do the only sensible thing. I book passage to the furthest edge of known space. Somewhere humans have not reached yet. Somewhere I might have a few years before they arrive. Because they will arrive. Humans always do. And when they get here, I will smile politely, offer them coffee, which I learned they love, and stay very, very far out of their way. Trust me, it is the only intelligent choice. If this story entertained or taught you something, please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and bring you more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.